Hello.
We're working. Everything's working.
Everything's fine.
Some technical difficulties, but we're okay.
We're okay. A-okay.
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 Welcome
to another episode
of
As
Woo As
You
Wow
with
Celine
and Jeremiah.
Hey
Hi.
everyone. We're back.
We're back.
What?
What?
We hope everyone had a great month.
Truly we do.
This is episode 20.
Can't believe it.
It's Halloween.
Ugh,
We're releasing this on Halloween.
Of year.
All Hallows Eve.
Spookiest time. Ghosts abound.
I only know so much
Yeah.
being of the Hebrew faith.
Yes, and I was born in a cauldron, so I know a ton.
Oh shit! That image right there of Celine just like someone like taking
Emerges.
a ladle, just like you're like picked up in a ladle. There's like baby Celine like.
Oh, I wasn't. I was born in a hospital.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, in your dreams.
In my dreams.
In your nightmares.
Oh, I just love spooky stuff. I also scare really easily too.
Are you a scary movie person?
Absolutely. But I'll fast forward. I have rules. I can only watch it in the daytime.
Yeah.
If it's dusk, it's risk, but I'll do it.
Dusk. Not like nighttime.
Well, no, that's pushing it. That's like the last time I can watch it. I can't
see.
watch stuff that
Vampires start to come out.
Yeah, I can't do it. Unless I'm with like at least 3 to 4 people.
I'm not good with scary movies.
You could be.
It depends. The gory stuff doesn't bother me. It's the psychological shit. That's when things go bananas.
So bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's terrible. I know.
Well, we hope everyone has a wonderful, safe Halloween. This episode's not about Halloween.
Unfortunately.
We're going to get to that in a minute. But before, we've got some housekeeping in order with our witches' brooms. I'm trying.
It's good.
So first, we want to give a little shout out to we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/aswooasyouwant, and we have 2 Patreons.
Oh my God, we're celebrities.
Which is so cool. One of whom is my amazing, beautiful, intelligent, caring, wonderful, loving, compassionate sister.
Okay.
Jessica. Thanks, you, Jessica.
Jessica.
And then a woman named Sue. I won't give her last name. Sue, who we've communicated with. Sue, you're so amazing.
Thank
you. I think she heard the Tosha episode and was like, I used to be from New York, and like I love listening to you guys talking about this stuff with like the New York bent. So we love you, Sue. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if anyone else wants to support us, go to patreon.com/aswooasyouwant. We're also on, the socials, instagram.com/aswooasyouwant, twitter.com/aswooasyouwant.
Yes.
Because aswooasyouwant was too long. Too many woos.
Too much.
For Twitter.
Too woo.
We're not
going
to go there about Twitter.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so, yes, just wanted to put that out there. That's the first piece of housekeeping. The second piece of housekeeping is...
Very exciting.
Really exciting. Our good friend Rena is starting a company called Alchemy. ALCALME. Like all calm me.
Yep.
And she's having a launch party event at a brand new location here in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg, called Etiquette. And Celine and I are both participating.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will be leading a meditation. And Celine is going to be...
I'm going to be doing a little like question and answer session on acupuncture and how it works, and then do a quick little demo, probably with just a little auricular acupuncture, which is just a few needles in the ear to just dip the toe. And also, it's a very quick calming treatment, just if anybody's interested. And I will be doing that on Sunday, and it's actually a weekend event. So there's stuff happening Friday night, Saturday, and into Sunday. And
yeah, and the meditation will be that Saturday. So the weekend is November 8th through 10th.
Yes.
And if you want more information, go to alchemy, alcalme.com/weekend-workshop.
check it out.
Check it out.
It's going to be pretty cool.
It should be really cool. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of other really wonderful things happening. There's like a dance thing happening Friday night. There's going to be some 5 Rhythm stuff. There's a channel who's going to be there. There's going to be some vintage clothing.
Yes,
There's going to be
I
some
forgot about
essential oils being sold there. And I haven't been to Etiquette personally, but Halcyon, which is a really established record store in the city that's been around for like over 20 years now. That's their new home base.
Right.
So that's how I found out about it. And Halcyon's awesome. So I'm only assuming the best for Etiquette.
Yeah.
And it should be really cool. So if you want to meet us in person,
Yep.
we'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Again, it's November 8th through 10th. And yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put a link on the description
Yeah.
too,
Hope to see you guys.
if you're New York based.
True.
So, without further ado, we got the house cleaning out of the way. We're
With
putting
our
our
broomsticks
broomsticks
away.
to the side.
I can't with this.
We'll play Quidditch later.
Oh my God. That's a Harry Potter.
Anyway. So this episode...
Yeah.
Well, Celine, you tell us what this episode is
so
about.
this episode is all about esoteric acupuncture. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We need like sound.
That's good though. That's actually, I didn't get what you were doing, but I do.
Like a siren.
Yeah, it was
Siren.
good.
A siren.
And I know that I talked about esoteric acupuncture, I think in one episode
Maybe a couple.
a while ago.
Yeah.
But I actually went to a intensive 4-day workshop in Boulder, Colorado last weekend.
And I know nothing about this. We
I
decided
know.
not to talk beforehand because I
Yeah.
feel like this is just, I'm learning everything just as you are. So it's going to be great.
And me too. Me too. So,
So
I
how'd
was
you find
looking
out?
forward to it a lot.
How'd you find out about it?
I found out about it because my dear friend Beth, who's actually also an acupuncturist, who came with me,
Yeah.
who I went to school with.
Oh, she came.
She came.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. She made it.
Nice.
She found out about it maybe in the spring, and she was like, we got to go. Because I've always loved this kind of acupuncture, these ideas, and to get to meet Dr. Mikio Sankei was like, what?
Yeah.
Done. So we signed up, and I kind of had no idea what to expect. I've read his book. I kind of understood the basic outline of what esoteric acupuncture was trying to do, but not totally.
So who is Dr.
Mikio
Sankei?
Sankei.
Japanese?
So he's Japanese.
Okay.
He's based in LA. He gives treatments.
Oh, cool.
There's not a ton of like bio on him, right?
Yeah.
Like if you look around, I was
Just
like,
apparated.
yeah, it's like kind of crazy. But he's this really chic gentleman who has this long white beard and wore suits, high collared, just like so chic. I was like, excuse me.
Nice.
But so he's an acupuncturist, but he also is a big meditator and has been meditating since like the 70s. Like sometimes doing extreme stuff like fasting for like 30 days. And during his meditations, he kind of taps into, his guides, his higher consciousness, and gets these kind of downloads.
Oh, man. Cool. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a little bit of channeling.
It's kind of channeling, but he's not. Cool thing about him is that he's not like a channeler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, here's what we do. This is what we're going to do. Like, this. Like, he's kind of funny.
Awesome. How old is he? Do you know?
He could be 150. He could be 60.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think probably 70s, perhaps.
And does he pull mainly from like Zen traditions, or is it a mix of stuff, or like Buddhism, or this is more just like the downloads that are occurring as he's meditating?
So he bases stuff on esoteric traditions,
Okay.
which is kind of a conglomeration
Yeah.
of Buddhism, Hinduism, Kabbalah, Zen. It's kind of a mesh of every kind of paradigm.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
My fave.
yeah, it's kind of really far out stuff.
Nice.
And so he's been doing these workshops for like 20 years.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so a couple people that were there had been practicing for a couple years, and they return because the information kind of updates as he practices. So
Wow.
it's sort of this ever-evolving form of healing through acupuncture.
And you said there were like 35
There's like
people
30,
there?
30 people there.
Okay, cool.
Mainly from the West Coast.
Yeah.
And Canada, obviously.
Yeah. You were representing these
I was
guys.
like, I'm from Brooklyn. It was really intense, 9 to 5, 9 to 6 every day. And then you get to do some practical stuff. Like you practice the patterns you learn on each other at
Okay.
the end of the day.
So I'm going to like back us up
Yeah,
a little bit.
totally.
Just for people who, we're going to just like really back up. So I
up.
think you've explained acupuncture before, but I'd love to just get like a brief thing about like
Of traditional acupuncture.
what's traditional acupuncture, and then we'll take the step forward, like, and then what's esoteric acupuncture.
Sure. So
Yeah.
traditional acupuncture is based on 12 meridians. You have meridian theory in the body. So your body is essentially a giant map, right? You have different meridians that have different functions in the body and correlate to different organs. So some meridians are great for inflammation, relaxing the central nervous system, etc.
Right.
And so traditional acupuncture, a lot of it is just pain management. My back hurts. I'm getting migraines. I have GI upset. I need help with my fertility. And so you just do treatments based on these meridians and these certain points. Mm-hmm. Esoteric acupuncture is a new paradigm of using acupuncture.
Before you say that,
Yeah.
just to be really clear.
Yeah.
When you say you're working on these different points, so basically you're taking these needles
Yes.
and you're putting them in these specific areas around different meridians,
Yes.
and that is releasing the chi of that area, or
Yes.
okay.
In effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Western scientific way that acupuncture works, it's not super clear cut on how. A lot of it is thought that the points that you're needling in the body are tapping into your brain, and that's sending different synapses for them to fire, making the body react in different ways.
That seems like such a Western interpretation.
It is, but it's a question that as an acupuncturist, you have to sort of know how to talk, because I can't just be like, and the chi is moving. Some people are like, well, no, I'm not into that.
Well, no, I'm curious. I want to dig a little deeper into this just because in Eastern traditions,
yeah.
the idea is that you're essentially just this energy field.
Yes.
And so it's not about like connecting up to the brain. It's more about like just that part of your body.
Moving. I mean, essentially, acupuncture at its foundation and its root is about moving blockages, right? Getting to the root of what's causing an imbalance. And that's usually an area, a point, a channel is in disharmony. So you want to move that energy, that blood, that oxygen, that chi, that prana So,
Got you.
yes.
Kind of related to if people listen to our Kyle Freeman episode with Feng Shui.
Yeah.
Being like an
definitely.
externalized thing where like there's certain imbalances in your space, you move certain things around, the flow gets easier.
Yeah.
This is in terms of like the body itself. But I think it's really interesting that for Westerners, and I don't know the scientific basis of this, but that it always goes back to the head.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't make any sense that you can put a needle somewhere and then like, oh, all of a sudden your energy changes, like
Right.
it has to go through the brain.
It has to go through the brain.
Yeah.
I just think that's interesting.
They also have found that, before you're going to sleep, your brain releases beta waves. And these waves allow you to get into your REM cycle, your deep sleep. And they found that when people are getting acupuncture, the brain releases the same beta waves.
Wow.
So it gets people's physical bodies out of this like adrenal high fight or flight response into more of a homeostasis. And so allowing the body to function the way it just naturally does without any other external kind of influences coming your way. So that's why people fall asleep a lot of times.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's great. It's great. Acupuncture is pretty cool.
That was great. I really
You got
am
it.
happy.
Now you're an acupuncturist.
I'm happy with not at all. I'm happy we drilled down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I feel like is that painted a great picture
That's
for people.
a nice box.
So now we're gonna go forward here.
Yeah.
Because it's Halloween.
We're going for
Let's get
being
weird.
spooky.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird.
Esoteric.
So esoteric is totally shifting out of this sort of very dogmatic sense of acupuncture, right? So you're still working with the channels, the meridians, right? But you're using sacred geometry, right? So that's this idea that there's certain geometric patterns that if done in the correct sequence will allow you to tap in to higher frequencies of consciousness. Sacred geometry.
Cool.
That's kind of a little boiled down version of sacred geometry, right?
Yeah.
So what esoteric acupuncture is meshing, it's taking these sacred geometric patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of overlaying them on top of the physical body and
Gotcha.
matching them up a little bit with acupuncture points.
Ah, okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you do these certain sequences, right? Everything happens in a certain order. And the idea is that where the points are on the body, right, where you're putting a needle in, is actually creating a spin field. Well, hold on. Go with me here.
I'm totally with you.
And then a spin field is actually kind of a small electromagnetic field that is spinning and that will open up to higher consciousness, higher frequencies, so that essentially you connect more to your heart energy. And at the root of esoteric acupuncture is living more in your heart space, in your truth, in who you are. And that a lot of these patterns allow you to get to that space.
Wow.
Yeah. He was big about heart energy. It's all about the heart.
It's all about the heart. Okay.
And like you love love. I love love.
I love love too. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that is, from what I gather,
Hey.
kind of what it's doing, what it's meaning.
And that's awesome. I totally get it.
Right?
On an intellectual level.
It makes some sense.
Yeah,
You're kind
for
of
sure.
with me.
I think people have to be open to the idea of like I was saying earlier, where it's like, oh, it's all connected with the brain. Like I think that's a very kind of material reductionistic.
Well, it's also,
Reductionist
he
way of
talks a
looking at
lot
it.
about the different, we've talked about this, the Piscean age versus the age of Aquarius,
Yeah.
right? The energy shifting.
Yeah.
And we're moving into the Aquarius age. And that is all about creativity, ingenuity, being your own kind of guiding light and getting out of a Piscean way of thinking, which is really like stuff is outside of ourselves. We have to like use our brains to like understand things. And so that's part of the new paradigm. It's the new energy we're coming into. We're shifting into this new vibrations that are higher, that are a little bit more, not advanced, but a little less dense. Like we're moving out of our densities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that totally like maps over like the Bashar stuff we talked about.
And the Leslie stuff we talked about.
Yeah, and what Leslie was talking
it's
about.
Like,
too.
it was a very interesting experience of synchronicity for me that I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Everything is laying on top of each other.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's funny. The patterns laying on top of the bodies laying on top of this, and like a macrocosmic way of looking at it. It's interesting that like the temporality of this, like how long has esoteric acupuncture been around? Do you know?
I think probably since like the mid 80s.
Right. So it's relatively
It's
recent.
very new, but it's not totally new in terms of a lot of it is going back to the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life.
Shout out to the Jays on this
Jays,
one.
they
My
got
dad
it.
is like, woo woo.
Yeah. And so a lot of the patterns that you do in the esoteric acupuncture also can be laid on top of the Tree of Life from the Kabbalah, which, that might be too intense to explain, but you have these certain, dimensions and whatnot. But so it's
Go into it.
Well, esoteric acupuncture perhaps is new, but the premise of esoteric teachings are thousands and thousands and
It
thousands
builds
of
it builds on top of each other. I think it's the same as like human design, right? Like it's taking all of these different modalities and starting to combine them in a way where it's like not where it's like holistic. They're actually all working together.
Yeah.
And so this is the same thing.
I mean, and also the idea, Dr. Sinky talked a bunch about how esoteric acupuncture is a different form of acupuncture because it's preventative. It's incorporating your wellness, right? Like a lot of times you can get acupuncture for an acute problem, right? Like you're like, my back hurts now. I have a migraine now. So you're just sort of managing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the esoteric patterns and the ideas behind it are really this holistic incorporation of the best versions of yourself and who you can be and what life you could have. And this could like help it, but they're not for everyone, which is something that I'd just like to point out too.
Okay.
You won't be as receptive to these treatments if you yourself are not in a very receptive kind of stable place. So, if you're really suffering from, if you're eating kind of junk food, you're just kind of not taking care of yourself, these treatments will be nice, but they're not going to like open up these different electromagnetic fields of your body because you're not ready.
Receptive. Yeah.
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 So
it reminds me a little of Shaman Durek talks about it a lot, where he's like, and this is going to sound weird for a lot of people, but he's like, I've seen vampires. Like I've seen gnomes. I've seen like elves. He's like, a lot of people haven't, not because they're not there, but because you're blind to it.
Yeah. It's like you won't see all the stuff around you.
Open.
Yeah.
You have to be open.
So I think that's pretty interesting. And also, there were some people in the workshop that like were really heady, right? And like meditated and ate all like really clean. And they would get these treatments because after we would have a lecture, we would go into the treatment space and do patterns on each other.
Oh, wow.
And some people were like, what's up? And I saw like colors and we're like, I feel like my root chakra is releasing. And, I'm not a garbage can, but I'm not like, I'm not like a kale smoothie. Do you know what I mean? Like I still, whatever. But I just knew if I it was like inspiring. I guess my point is it was inspiring for me because I was like, oh my God, if I just kind of get my act together a little bit more, and then I can like work on all my etheric bodies and like my channeling and like.
That's a cool motivation.
It was a really great motivation to be a better healer and then also just be a better person.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, like take care of myself so that like, because I feel like when you do that and then you go to some esoteric practitioner or you get your chakras balanced, like you'll really feel the weight of what that can do.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, it was cool treatments. I was like, wow, colors. But like some people really felt a lot of release.
What do you mind sharing your experience?
My experience was mainly that so you do these, they're all like really intensely named too. One is called like the Discerner of Whispers or something. Like they're really cool.
Yeah.
And I just felt all of the colors of, I just saw all the colors of the chakras going through my body. And it was just like light and love and comfy and like really, I've gotten a lot of acupuncture in my life, but like not on that level.
Wow.
Yeah.
With all of these different treatments, are there like literally, is it almost like different maps on top of the body? Like, is there a tree of life map and then there's like another, like different kinds of patterns, or is it based on like, how does the sacred geometry play out?
Well, so you first figure out which of the chakras are a little out of alignment, and you
Okay.
can do that with tuning forks.
Yeah, you had mentioned this, which
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
It's so cool. Or you can do it if you're really like receptive to energy and you can see and feel. You can just place your hand over someone's body, and sometimes you'll feel a pulling or heat, some sort of sensation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Or you can use a pendulum, which is sick. So what you do is you hold a pendulum, which has like a crystal on the end of it. And
What kind of crystal?
he was using quartz, like
Okay.
clear quartz.
Clear, of course.
And then you hold it above, and then if it will start to spin,
Yeah.
right? And if it spins clockwise, you're all good. If it spins counterclockwise, there's something going on, right?
Huh.
So he would do these demos, check the like volunteers' chakras, do the needling sequence, then recheck the chakras, and everything would just be spinning like it was having the best time of his life. And you were like, what?
Wow.
So then there's like protocols. So like depending on who you're working with, how many of the chakras are out of alignment, right?
Uh-huh.
You do certain patterns.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So does that answer the question? How
Yeah.
does the sacred geometry? I mean,
Yeah. And then, but it's all based on that tree of life pattern.
it's all based on triangles and tetrahedrons.
Okay, that's kind of what I was trying to get at.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right. Triangles, tetrahedrons. So it kind of creates different triangles patterns over the body or tetrahedrons.
Okay.
And those triangles, if you move them into a spatially a fourth dimension, right? So that they become 3D.
Yeah.
That's how in your head you envision them spinning and creating these vortexes. A lot of the treatments also require the person getting them to do these visualizations.
I see.
So you do visualizations that create triangles and tetrahedrons.
Around wherever.
Yeah, like you'll like guide them to be like, this point connects to here, this to here, bring them together.
Wow.
I know.
That's really cool.
I was like, I gotta tell you, it was my favorite.
Yeah.
Because it's right up my alley for just getting heady and incorporating so many of the ideas of, you know, chakras and balancing chakras and energy and how that works in acupuncture. That I love acupuncture, but I always was like, there's just got to be a way that I could like put all these ideas together. And I was like, oh, I guess he did it.
Are you still using needles?
In these treatments?
Esoteric acupuncture.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You can also
Okay.
use these oils, these astral oils that he developed with a Russian scientist that vibrate at very high frequencies.
Huh.
So remember when we were talking about moving from a third dimension to a fourth dimension?
Yeah.
The densities, right?
Yes, totally.
So a lot of the places you want to go are in like a fourth density, fifth density space.
Got you.
And so to get there, you have to tap into frequencies that allow you to get there. And so you could use these oils and these patterns. But I think a lot of it is doing the work here to get to the place there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I was trying to say.
And the oils, are they like made out of kind of your normal essential oil stuff, or do you even know? Is it
I
like
don't even know.
proprietary?
It's
Okay.
probably proprietary.
Yeah.
I bought them.
Like, I was sold.
I was sold. The whole thing I was sold on because, you know, it's super out there and wacky, but it's also right up my alley. And I do think that it's the next level of where acupuncture could go.
Yeah.
Because a lot of acupuncture is super popular for basically pain management. We're glorified physical therapists,
Totally.
which is good.
It's fine.
It's great.
It's
but
something.
Like, you know, it's not the way I practice.
Yeah.
And so
It
I'm
sounds-
excited to kind of get into that vibe.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the, there's a intensive in April and I'm going to go back.
Awesome. Back in Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
You'll update us.
I'll update you guys.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
I feel like I had a question. I'm forgetting it now.
I know.
Oh, the preventative stuff.
Okay.
So is this like maybe almost kind of like a massage? Like, you don't need to get a massage, if your back is like broken or whatever. Like, you go sometimes just to go. Is that
Yeah.
kind of the same thing where it's like, how does he recommend it for people? Like, is it something you do monthly or
It's something you do monthly.
Okay.
And I think it's really deep work, right? So you're working through imbalances that are happening on an astral level,
Yeah.
right? So they're not in your physical space. So it's working through, karma that you have.
Yeah.
And how receptive are you to the work? How much are you doing in your regular day life to also propel you,
Yep.
right? So, like, it's similar, but you can also use, like, if someone came in and was like, I'm, like, working on my third chakra, but I also have back pain. You can do both.
Right.
It's not one over the other. And I think it's, like a monthly thing. You can do it.
Okay.
See how you feel. See what happens.
TrueNorthHealingArts.com.
Yes. Come and see me.
Yeah.
I'm like really ready for it.
It sounds that way.
I know.
This feels like the step you were ready to take.
I've been talking about it for a while
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it made me feel more in my worth. Do you know what I mean? And
That's
I
huge.
talk about that a lot.
That is massive.
Yeah.
As someone with a lot of second house shit, I know exactly what you're saying.
I just want to ride the wave.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. I've been eating a lot of arugula. I just want to say that.
Is that good for you?
That's really good for you.
Okay. Arugula is really good.
Well, thanks for letting me talk about this. I was really
Yeah.
excited about it. And I want everyone to learn about it. And if they're ready.
So does this doctor, does he have like a resource that people can go to?
He
Link
has
it?
like a website.
Okay.
He has 6 books.
Yeah.
And they're called Esoteric Acupuncture, The Gateway to Expansion.
So that book you were reading,
Yeah.
that was him.
That's him.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting when you meet the author.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He felt like home. It was so cool.
Oh my God.
He really had a nice vibe.
Wow.
I know.
That's so cool.
It was really cool.
Well, I'm excited to get some work done.
I can't wait.
For sure.
Yeah. But, I'm also going to be do normal acupuncture stuff too. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you remember? Like, what was the most memorable part of the...
Everything.
By the way, so Celine has all of these notes next to her.
Look at all this stuff.
Being a good Capricorn.
Because I didn't really know how to talk about this.
Yeah.
It's difficult to talk about, I think.
What was that? Wait, go to that quote. I feel like that quote seemed important.
Where?
It said no movements in chi.
Oh, God.
Wait, one more.
Oh, boy. Hold on.
Okay, so she's flipping through different pages, and
Look at
they're
this.
all of these different patterns.
Yeah. No, but these are the patterns. Look at that.
Maybe we'll share this with people.
Yeah.
It's an image of the upper part of a human body, and yeah, they're certain patterns.
Yeah.
And certain nodes around the spinal column and the skull area.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah. Well, I think we'll post a few of these.
Oh, these quotes.
Oh, that was it. No movements of chi. What does that say?
No movements of chi are identical. Ancient and modern times differ. Ancient formulas are helpless for modern diseases.
I don't know. I don't know why I felt like you needed to read that, but that seems so
Yeah, I
apropos.
mean, that's the vibe. New kinds of laws come into play when the complexity of systems change.
Yeah.
So we're in a new space.
We're in a new space. I think
basically-
people are more receptive to this stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Even the fact that acupuncture itself
Is
which
not
on the woo spectrum is probably right after astrology.
Yeah.
It's common, maybe even before astrology.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also think people are doing there's a big kick in Akashic readings now, and we talked
Which
with
Bashar kind of shat on.
I know.
He's that's really old school shit. Let's go, guys. Let's move along.
I know.
But
I know.
I guess we're catching up.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, everything's kind of fair game. As long as your intentions are coming from a pure heart place, I think you're okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, that was really
That was it.
enlightening.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited to hear more about it.
Me too.
And Celine and I have a very special guest
Oh my
for our
gosh.
next episode. We're not going to tell you who it is.
Oh, we're not.
You're going to have to wait in anticipation, but we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be special.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get my stuff together.
So be on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be next month. But have a wonderful Halloween.
Enjoy it.
I don't know. Do we have any practices that we'd like to share with people?
I just
For the
say try to meditate for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I'm really into it lately.
Yeah.
I know you have a really good practice. I'm not great at it, but I think it's really important.
I think it's really important. I think it's really important to not get hard on yourself. With all these things, they're practices. If you fall off, don't worry about it.
Right.
You just start up again. And it's one of those things where it's when I say start up again, I mean literally right now after listening to this, before you close whatever app you're in and open up Instagram or whatever, just put your timer on for 1 minute.
Yeah.
And sit. That's it. You're back in it. You're back in it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And everyone takes breaks. I think it's also important not to get too crazy about this stuff. There's another thing that I don't know why I'm coming back to Kyle for a couple of stuff, but it's all interrelated, where she talked about how Marie Kondo and all that stuff is great, but people are almost getting too neat now, where it's you're not even allowing yourself to get messy. So I think with a lot, particularly with Western culture, it's you get into this perfectionist kind of thing where it's I didn't do it for a week, or I didn't do it for a day, and then you start self-flagellating yourself, and it's the whole point is to build compassion and love for yourself. So if you fall off, like it's not the end of the world.
No.
You're aware of it and you get back on it. And it's one of those things where ultimately you have to be self-motivated. There has to be some propellant. For me, I think I'd mentioned before, like I was in such a place of stress and like just beyond like overwhelmed, and the anxiety in my system was literally leading to physical symptoms, which has literally never happened to me before. So that's what pushed me to meditation. And that may happen to you. That's what happens with the shit sometimes. Like life will sometimes push you into the places you need to go. But hopefully you don't have to be pushed, and you can just take some time for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I think like whatever you want to do is good.
Yeah. And there's many different meditative practices. You don't just have to sit.
Yeah. But I feel like a stickler about the sitting in silence thing.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I don't know why. That's just lately what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah.
Some people like running or exercising, but I don't know. Don't you think there's a difference?
There is a difference.
Yeah.
I think it, particularly with any of this woo-woo stuff, you become more attuned to it when you quiet yourself down, because then you open up to these other frequencies.
Yeah.
You're not staying in the dense frequency, and you start to allow yourself to like literally lighten up.
I kind of almost think it's just the difference between moving energy and sitting with energy, right? Like if you're exercising to meditate, you're just moving around what's stuck, right? But when you're meditating, you're just sitting with where you are and allowing it to kind of be present. And I think you can kind of work through it in a different way.
Right? Yeah.
That kind of, what?
Celine's face was like, did that make sense? It totally made sense. That was awesome.
I think that's kind of good.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, one other thing I would recommend with this meditation stuff, and just going along with Halloween, and I guess we'll give them a little preview, but I think this next interview that we're doing will be very Halloween related and winter related, because I think we're going to get into a little bit more shadow stuff. Yeah, it's gonna get dark. But in the best way, and the person that we're bringing on is known for that, and we're both really excited about it. But while you're sitting, one thing that I started to do is, as we enter the dark part of our year on the Western Hemisphere, the northern part of the hemisphere, is sometimes. It was an interesting practice, but to be conscientious of your back. Be conscientious of the part of your body that's not facing forward, but facing behind. And it's just a really interesting prompt, because it's the part that you don't see. And there's something to just like literally turning your like third eye, your inner gaze, towards that aspect instead of forward.
Okay, that's like the spookiest witch thing you've ever said. I love that.
Yeah. I think there's literally something healing about like, just turn your inner eye around and integrate.
Yeah.
And you may experience something really interesting.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah. And don't be afraid, because it is part of you, and it's important to integrate it.
Yeah.
But we're going to get more into that in the next episode. Anyway, we love you guys.
Love you. Have a spooky night.
Thank you for joining us. And if anyone, again, is in the Brooklyn area.
Yes, come see us.
Coming out, we'd love to meet you. It's crazy meeting people who I have no idea who they are. And they're like, oh, I've been listening to As Woo As You Want. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but you know all this shit about me.
So much
but
stuff.
I love it. And we love talking about this stuff.
Obviously.
So feel free to come there. Feel free to comment on our Instagram. If you have any questions, DM us over there too, and we're more than happy to, extend the conversation outside of this podcast. Yes. So we love you. We wish you a wonderful Halloween, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.